What's going on, everybody? It's Al Hill from Rated T for Tech, and today we're bringing you the first of our 5-part series of Kyle's computer. We're putting together a computer here. In the first video, we're going to show you an overview of Kyle's components. This is Kyle's first desktop build. If you guys don't build computers, it's something you should definitely look into, and we're going to show you how to do that. And our goal was to spend about $1,000 on this computer and get a good computer that could game and do other things. The computer Kyle uses now is a really shitty laptop that can't even run any games besides barely even run the new Minecraft server. So
I can't run Minecraft on me to play StarCraft. I had the lowest settings.
Which is pretty sad. So yeah, we ended up spending about $1,000. We haven't done the rebates yet, and we also got a LED Acer 24-inch monitor for about $200. So $1,200 altogether, and he needs to get a keyboard and a mouse, so he'll look into that. So I'm just going to go through the parts here, give you a little bit of an overview, and explain, why we picked each part. I'm just going to start with the motherboard, which is basically your main part of your puzzle when building a computer. We got a Gigabyte motherboard, mid-size ATX motherboard. We got a mid-size tower. Full size is too big, mini is too small. It's got your standard PCI Express slots. It's an AM3 Plus. We chose AMD processor over Intel. I'll explain why. Pretty nice. Seems like it has nice cooling. Will keep very cool. Lots of ports in the rear for your USBs, stuff like that. So yeah, Gigabyte, there's so many good companies, it's really hard to choose. I've had good experience with Gigabyte, and I think it's pretty good. So yeah, we chose a Gigabyte for the motherboard. Next, we'll talk about the graphics card. We got an Asus graphics card. I've not had good experience with Asus, but they've really improved since I've used them 5 years ago. When I bought a motherboard from them 5 years ago, I called them to get help to update the BIOS or flash the BIOS, and they called me back 6 months later after the motherboard already broke. But we got the Asus GTX 560 overclocked GeForce GTX. So it's got an extra 1 gigabyte of RAM if you go over on your RAM, and then it's got they make it look really attractive on the back, telling you how cool it'll keep. How many it's got 2 fans on it. One's a little bigger. It's 20% cooler, dual fan design. So it's pretty nice. It says you can voltage tweak it and everything else. It's got like a war pony thing here. So yeah, that's that. Next, we'll just show you the RAM here. We chose G.Skill. I've had good experience with G.Skill. They have little heat sinks on them. Very nice RAM. It's a 3rd generation Intel Core processor. It's just a design for that. So really, as long as it's compatible with the motherboard, it's DDR3, 866. What did we get? 16 gigabyte. 2 8 gigabyte sticks here. So yeah, that's a lot more than my computer has. It just comes in your base little thing. I think this RAM was probably like about maybe 100 or less. So not a bad price.
It's actually good because my laptop we were telling you about, it's so bad I only have about 2 gigs of RAM, so I couldn't really run anything at the same time. So this is a good option.
Next we have our Western Digital, just standard hard drive, 7200 RPM, 320 gigabyte. We were looking into solid state drives, to put the system on and the games. Maybe Kyle can get that. The motherboard is capable of 4 or 5, I think maybe even 6 SATA slots. So you can add more hard drives, more disk drives. So that's the Western Digital, pretty plain anti-static bag. Then we have the DVD writer, just a basically $20 DVD burnable drive. Kyle doesn't really need a Blu-ray drive. He doesn't burn Blu-ray disc. I don't think he's going to watch Blu-rays on his computer. You can always add one of those later. So basic standard DVD drive that you need to install things. Next we have the power supply, 600 watt power supply. I've never bought a power supply. Usually the case I get comes with one. This is a Corsair. It's got pretty good reviews. 600 watts seems like enough power unless you're going to SLI your graphics card. I don't really think you need 800, 850. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It's got your standard motherboard pins, connectors, video card. It's got it's guaranteed 3 years, for warranty and everything. So if it breaks or runs out of power, you can send it back, get a new one, I imagine. So good 3-year warranty. 600 watts should be enough. If Kyle wants us all later, he could always change his thing. And here is our processor. We chose AMD because of the price. You can spend 2/3 the money on an AMD processor with the same amount of cores, same amount of power. Intels are a little bit better. They run a little bit smoother, but this is about $200. It's a 4.0, not quad core, but 8-core processor. What I don't like about this, it comes in this tin case, and they show you the processor on the side, which I feel like this is just banging around in here, as you can see, which is kind of really dumb. Because if it breaks or bends the pins, you're going to be pissed off. So It's a stupid case, but it seems like a pretty good processor for, especially if you're going to play Minecraft, which is Kyle's favorite game, and StarCraft. It'll definitely run any of those games easily. So, and then here we have the case itself, a Sniper Black edition of I'm not sure what brand it is. CM Storm it says. So I'll just try to show you it here. The camera's all messed up here, but yeah, it's a basic case, black, mid-sized tower. Comes with 4 fans, and they are LED blue. I think one's a 120 millimeter and then 202 millimeters. You can see on the front you have your power button, you have a volume control. You got 5 USB ports in the front, audio jacks. You got your reset button. Very nice ventilation on the top, the sides, the back. It looks like it's a pretty good sized case, portable. Not that cheap plastic. It's that good kind of metal style. I think this case probably was about $100. It's a little older. I don't think it's like one of the newest ones, but it seems like it's a pretty good brand for what we picked out. And it has a little stand on the bottom. The door actually opens instead of sliding the door off. You can open the door on the side, which is nice. Storm Tactics, so they're trying to make it fancy. The Sniper Black edition. If you take a look at the back here, there's a sniper on the back. So that's pretty hardcore. And we'll just show you the monitor real quick so you can see what the monitor is. But we're going to just jump right into building this right after this, so we'll bring you another video. But yeah, here's the monitor, just a standard 24-inch Acer LED. Acer, I bought a laptop from them about probably 6 or 7 years ago when they were kind of newer, I guess. And, I didn't really hear about them, but now they've really become pretty popular in the monitor market. Asus makes good monitors too, but we just chose Acer. It was a little bit cheaper. Imagine it's pretty good, 24-inch. So yeah. We're going to just start throwing this together and show you guys how to build a computer. And for $1,000 nowadays, you can get a computer that can run everything, almost every game, especially on high. So you can even spend less and get a good computer. If you don't game and you don't need a graphics card, you can buy just a fantastic computer for half the price of what you'd pay for a normal desktop. You save a lot of money doing it yourself, and it's really easy. People think it's complicated, but I learned in about 10th grade and did it for my graduation project in high school. So, yeah, we're going to jump into part 1 of building the computer. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for part 1 of build.